I can tell you it's been one lousy job market this summer. The economy creating 151,000 new jobs in the month of August. That is fewer than had been anticipated. Donald Trump's campaign not wasting any time ripping the report, saying, and I quote, "The stagnant Clinton-Obama economy fails to deliver the jobs Americans desperately need." So does Trump or Clinton have the right plan to get workers back on track? I want to ask Democratic strategist Christine Setzer, Trump economic advisor Steve Moore, and FBN's very own Dagan McDowell. Good to see all you guys. Steve, full disclosure, you are a Trump economic advisor, so I'm guessing you would say Hillary certainly doesn't have the right plan. What is it that you think he can do right now to get and create jobs?
Well, first of all, this was another kind of dismal economic report, and when you have a record high number of people out of the workforce, it's just big trouble for the economy. We're not producing enough jobs to get everybody back to work, and not only that, but the wages just aren't keeping pace with the amount of people money people are spending. So we need dramatic change. The problem for Hillary, she's talking about pretty much staying on the course we're on. The heart of our plan,
maybe even making it worse via more taxes.
I mean, well, first of all, Trish, could you think of a worse possible time to raise taxes than right now, when the economy, in my opinion, the business sector is in a soft recession right now? So we want to cut those taxes for the businesses. We want to promote American energy, and we want to just get government off the back of businesses so they can grow.
Dagan, when you look at these numbers, you see that some jobs were added, but these aren't really jobs that are paying well, are they?
There are manufacturing job losses, construction job losses. The labor force participation rate is still near a 40-year low. You have tens of millions of people who have simply given up looking for work. And so there needs to be an attitude shift. Hillary Clinton's plan is more of the same with a different result, which I've said before is the very definition of insanity. She wants to raise taxes, and she wants to spend money because, again, people in government know how to spend your money, your tax dollars, better than you do.
Christy, what do you say to that?
I say we're being a little doom and gloom on this panel here today. Look, 150,000 jobs is not bad. It's not amazing. It's not as great as we had in the previous months. We were over 250,000. But it's really not terrible. And in general, if you look at the broader picture of the economy, you're looking at an economy that, again, is also good, not great. Of course, there are sectors that could be doing a little bit better, that are lagging behind. But even the things that, the traditional criticisms that we hear, like Steve pointed to, of people being out of work for too long, it's not really clear exactly why that is. Maybe it's because now they have health care and they don't actually want a new job, things like that. So overall, again, I think that we're being a little bit more pessimistic than we sort of need to be here. This was an okay report.
4.9% unemployment rate, it certainly sounds good, right? It sounds good, but let's peel back the layers on that a little bit more. I mean, Dagan, wages haven't budged for people in certainly the last 8 years, even longer. You can look at the last 20-year period and adjusted for inflation, things are going nowhere.
And the wage growth that we were starting to get, it was up about 2.6% year over year in the last month. That actually slowed in the most recent jobs report. You have an economy that's growing at 1.1% in the most recent quarter. And one thing that neither one of these candidates talks about that really gets my goat is the fact that the national debt has doubled under President Obama. It's nearly $20 trillion. We spend 49% on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and other entitlements. And the interest on our national debt in about 5 years is going to top what we spend on national defense.
Yeah, I just want to point out, by the way, look at this, right? Most important issues facing the country right now. Economy, overwhelmingly, according to the latest Fox poll, is the #1 issue. Is this perhaps why we're starting to see Hillary Clinton's lead weaken?
It's almost totally evaporated in the last 10 days. Now, to your point, it's a fair point. Why aren't these candidates talking more about debt reduction?
Your candidate and Clinton.
But let me make this point. Our view, Trish, is until you get this economy. Look, if we've been growing at 1% for 6 months, that's pathetic. I'm sorry, it's just not good enough for the. And you just ask the average American, do you think the economy is healthy? I think this line that the economy is good, that the Clinton administration, the Clinton team is talking about, people don't buy into. They just
Christy,
don't buy
that's the
into
problem.
it.
I mean, people don't feel like it's good.
1.5, just one more statistic.
But I think they do, for the most part. Again, they don't feel like it's amazing. They feel like it's okay. And again, if you're one of those people who, who actually has been looking for a long time, then sure, you're one of those pockets of people that Clinton really does want to address. But again, for the most part, if you want a job, you're going to be able to get one. The economy is the #1 issue if they felt like things were okay. If things were okay, because the economy
they
is
wouldn't
always
continue
the
to
#1
cite it as the thing that concerns them the most right now.
Yeah, in the absence of anything going on in terms of national security, the economy is almost always the #1 issue. Of course, think about your personal security.
Yeah,
it's
and by the
always
way,
going to be about a
going on
job or
national
national
security.
security.
Her lead is being chipped away at. We just got a poll out from Investors Business Daily today that shows the two of them actually completely 100% tied in a four-way race, and she's only 1 point ahead of Donald Trump in a two-way race. So things might be shifting. Go ahead.
Clinton and Trump in the Fox News poll are tied in terms of who will do a better job on the economy.
We've got it.
They are at a dead heat, so it is a jump ball.
If we're going to win this race, we have to have a big lead. We should have a big lead. And what Trump has to do in that big debate is he has to contrast what he wants to do on the economy. He wants to cut taxes. Hillary wants to raise it. He wants to get rid of Obamacare.
It should be an easy thing to do because she's talking about a continuation of Obama's policies, which obviously haven't worked. Thank you so much. It's good to have all of you guys here today.
Have a great weekend.